All right, now I'm going to take you through a couple of the most basic half guard sweeps. Half guard has become popular in the last decade, particularly the last 5 or 6 years. But there are many different ways to approach half guard. Half guard from a white belt or a beginner point of view is usually thought of as a way to just hold one guy's leg in between my legs and desperately try to stop him from passing out guard. But when you get to a better level, it can be a very effective way to attack, reverse sweep, and even apply some finishes from this great position. Here's a couple of the basic half guard ideas. I can have my half guard with my feet on the outside of his legs, with my feet on the inside of his legs, an open half guard, or have my feet locked in what we call a lockdown. So there are many ways to apply half guard techniques. But the first idea here is the simplest one. Our left hand, we need to make sure we develop the habit of getting the underhook. If David locks me to the floor and he has the underhook, he can very effectively hold me flat to the floor. So by having the underhook on his arm, it does a couple of things. One is it stops him from pinning me. It's very hard for him. I can keep winging his arm up with my underhook here, knocking him forward and getting onto my side. Makes it hard for him to crush me. But more importantly, it opens the door for me to come underneath him and get access to his feet. And that's one of the first sweeps we're going to do. From here, instead of this position here, where he has the underhook here, I want to make sure that I'm the one with the underhook. And that's something that you'll develop with practice. So I've got the underhook on David. He's on top of me. I throw my arm up, working down underneath and grabbing his leg with force. I want to grab with both legs and both hands. So if David stands up on his left leg, you can see I've got hold of his leg with 2 hands and 2 feet, making it very hard for him to get his leg out. So his other foot's back down now, and we pull ourselves down. Try to work our ear down to his belt or to his hip. Now, in David's efforts to try to get his leg out of there, you'll often notice his other foot come close to our hands. When that happens, my right hand comes underneath his ankle. I lock my hands together tightly. At that point, he can't mount me. So I can undo my feet, plant my feet, move my hip under him, lift up, bridge and roll, and take him over. Once again, I have the underhook. I throw my arm up, work myself under, lock his leg with both hands and both legs. I catch David's ankle, lock my hands together, plant my feet, hip under, big bridge, rolling him over, coming on top. Now, second thing, essentially here, what I want to do is go to my knees. So if David's legs are out there, I use my left foot, using my left leg to hook his leg. Actually, let's just switch this around. Let's turn around. Watch my left leg here. I want to get to my knees. To get to my knees, this leg's blocking me. So to do it, I'm going to use my left foot inside his legs, pulling his heel round and lifting it up. That gives me the space to take my right leg out and come to my knees. However, once I get to my knees, it can be hard to drive him down because his other leg and his other hand's free. So the first thing I'm going to do before I do that is get hold of that far foot with this hand. So just like the other move, I'm underneath. I hold his leg. I grab David's far foot, his left foot, with my right hand. And then I take my left hand, change the grip up here, get a high grip on his hip. My left leg pulls his foot around and up, allowing me to go to my knees. But I've gone to my knees in a way where I have his foot. So he's got no post in this direction. I drive him down, back around, and establish my position on side control. One more time. I have the half guard. I come underneath. I grab his far foot. I take a grip on his hip with my left hand. That's going to be useful in pulling me up. My left foot pulls his foot around, up, take my leg out, get to my knees. Stand up on my right leg, drive him down, circle to the rear, establish side control. So they're just a couple of very simple moves from half guard. It can be looked at like this. We're trying to use our underhook to create space, to create a window, to penetrate deeply under our opponent. And we're looking to grab that far leg with our right hand. Once we've got that, we can lock him up, bridge and roll him away, or we can lock up that far foot and then lift his leg up with our left leg, take our right leg out, get to our knees, and drive him down and establish side control. Couple of good tips for those and plenty of others in much more detail. Just visit our site at www.grappling.us.